Hello, everybody. Welcome into Crypto Info, Blockchain Made Easy with your host, Frank the Crypto Tank. Today's episode is flipping the switch. Please tap that like and subscribe if you don't mind on your way in. It really helps the algorithm quite a bit. Today, the U.S. embraces cryptocurrency and policy and reserves. In today's episode, we're going to cover all of this. Under the Trump administration, guys, the U.S. has formally created a U.S. strategic Bitcoin reserve. As you guys well know, you've been watching the news, but also a broader digital asset stockpile, which includes BTC, ETH, you got your Solana, XRP, ADA, and some others. And this marks the first time federal holdings of crypto will be formalized as strategic national assets. This is groundbreaking, guys. The SEC, chaired by Paul Atkins now, is rolling out major regulatory reforms, clear guidelines on what tokens are securities and what not. No more of that other stuff we dealt with before. New disclosure frameworks and pathways for tokenized securities and ICOs to operate legally under existing laws. So yes, we're smiling now. The White House Working Group on Digital Asset Markets is proposing stronger CFTC oversight, Commodities Future Trading Commission. We like that. For spot trading on non-security tokens, shifting towards a more collaborative regulatory model between the agencies, them and the SEC, right? Inflation and institutional crypto gains and M2 money supply increasing. Huge part of this. Risk on assets go crazy. Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, they posted strong returns. Solana and others. Bitcoin hitting record highs at 123K for an all-time high in July. Ether, 50% up as institutions want to come in. Fasanera Digital is one. Edge Capital. They both posted 7 to 8% gains recently, guys, on Ethereum and Bitcoin. Small public firms are still loading up on ETH, contributing to fresh demand. Yeah. Signaling broader institutional crypto buy-in, guys. National crypto adoption, expansion, that's not stopped. That's been expanding. Countries like Brazil, India, and welcome in, guys. Welcome in. Countries like Brazil, India, they're all jumping in, guys. Signaling emerging government adoption of digital assets as strategic reserves for them as well. In Pakistan, you got Pakistan Crypto Council, the PCC, and the Pakistan Virtual Asset Regulatory Authority, the PAVARA. Nice acronyms. They're formally overseeing crypto strategy now for their countries, guys. You may or may not have known that. I know in the comments you guys have been talking about it, including government-led strategic Bitcoin reserves and allocated resources for mining AI centers. Huge. Jinping Zhao. Jinping Zhao is his name. Jinping Zhao. He's advising the setup, guys. I'm not making fun. I love that name. Guys, the Genius Act's been passed in the U.S., establishing a regulated federal framework for stablecoins, as you well know. Now, you can pay with stablecoins. You can pay your cab driver without having a bank on your phone, requiring one-to-one backing, though, right? Routine audits, enhanced transparency. You got to hold some real stuff to back it. Risks and scams are not going to stop, guys. AI-powered crypto scams are not stopping. They're up 450-something% last year. Deep fake voices, deep fake personas, romance, little schemes to get you to do more, we'll double your crypto. They're not doing that for you. Don't give your keys away. Over 10.7 billion stolen in 2024 alone. And in India, the authorities are cracking down on something like a $35 million fraud case that they've been cracking down on there, trying to solve. Raiding multiple cities to do that. Yeah, that's what they're doing in India. In Argentina, the Libra meme coin for them, that scandal has taken anything tied to a political figure out of crypto for them. Over 250 mil in legal fallout from that one that people lost. So watch out for the scams, guys. Market trends and speculations moving forward. The crypto markets, guys, remaining bullish. As we well know, we're still in the bull market. Analysts expect Bitcoin and others, but Bitcoin could climb to 166K with XRP and the Solana and all the others following. We all know what's going on here. Good morning, guys. Welcome in. A widely shared ranking of top cryptos named Ethereum, BNB, XRP, Solana, Dogecoin, and some others as key candidates to hold coming up in this to hit all-time highs coming up. Emergence of new unnamed crypto stories and projects are always on the rise, and we're always looking for them. You guys drop them in the comments. I love that. Thank you. I've missed a bunch, which is fine. We'll all miss some. But our key takeaways today, and that's okay. We're not trying to get everyone. U.S. policy is crypto positive, right? Creating legitimacy for the crypto space. Institutional appetite for crypto is intensifying, especially for Ethereum, Bitcoin, Solana, XRP, some others. Governments worldwide are launching crypto frameworks and reserves, signaling broader, larger crypto adoption worldwide. Scams and frauds we know are not going to stop, guys. Be careful. I got a letter in the mail from Webull, but it wasn't Webull, but it looked like it, asking me to give. Guys, don't fall for this stuff. Crypto markets see robust upward momentum moving forward, and we know this with both top-tier tokens, Ethereum and Bitcoin as of now, but also XRP, drawing huge interest. Okay, institutional custody launched in Korea, guys, is monstrous. BDACS, a regulated custodian in South Korea, has officially, as you know, enabled institutional XRP custody. This is monstrous as far as deepening their partnership with Ripple. This is huge stuff. I'm falling in my chair. I feel like Captain Kirk in this thing. It's so comfortable. Never want to get out of this chair. This development aligns South Korea's roadmap, though, shows that it's expanding to connect with regulated crypto assets for institutions so they can all buy in big time. That's what's going on now. Confidence increasing now. Everybody can play now coming up. Whale activity sparks potential price rally as well. You guys saw that an XRP whale just moved 20 million XRP, which is 58.6 mil from Upbit to a private wallet. That just happened, triggering a sharp move above 307. Pretty sure that's what did it. Exchange outflows totaling 29 mil on that in 24 hours, signaling positive long-term accumulation. Still on XRP, guys. We're not stopping here. Technical patterns suggest a bullish breakout, guys, towards $3.30 if support can hold around these levels. End of day, let's close for the week. Let's close a nice number for the week, you know. Bold price forecast coming up. Bitwise projects 29.32 by 2030, a modified CAP model for XRP. That's what they're saying. Or 29 mil or so for a bull case driven by institutional adoption and regulatory progress, because the banks aren't going to stop. Ripple's not going to stop signing the banks. We're going to keep going. The moonshot vision is about 1 million by analyst Pimpius. He imagines XRP to about 1 million if full tokenization happens. $1 trillion global asset economy is aggressive projection. It's an aggressive projection for sure, you know. But if heavy institutional players come in and position themselves, right, digital wealth partners, like Jake Claver's dropping in 200 mil, betting on its role in institutional tokenization for settlements. Yep. Claver highlights upcoming XRPL upgrades and liquidity pools and lending features and so forth, AMMs. I agree 100%. He's right. Adoption's still trailing despite partnerships because the permission features haven't been turned on for the banks yet. Ripple lists over 300 bank partnerships. Yeah. The institutions haven't been using it yet. David Schwartz has told us once the permissioned features are turned on, the ledger, then the banks start using it. Then XRP starts getting used up, burned. Yeah. Unchained adoption's coming very shortly, guys. Market sentiment and price action coming very shortly. Welcome in to everybody. Welcome. Let me get the comments, guys. Let's get into the comments. Black Star, what's up? How you doing, my friend? It's good to see you, and it's good to see you too. And Marnie, it's good to see you this morning. Alexander, nice to see you. Marty says, some reason I have you on you live. For some reason, she can't catch the first part of the show. I'm sorry. I don't know what's going on there. I think you guys are all catching it. Blockchain technology. I'm sorry for that. Blockchain technology projects. Yes. Node owner investments. Yes. Do you think it's yeah? Do you think it's a better? What? No. All right. Elaborate, Alexander, on your node owner investments comment. Elaborate, please. Do you think it's better, or did you get into it now? Grow, united, bring transparency to the food industry. Oh, okay. All right. Okay. Don't know that. Somebody told me about that, though. I do know that. Somebody told me about that one about 2 years ago. Does that make sense that they would have popped out about a couple of years ago or so? Could be 3. Anyway, do you think it's better to hold just a few coins and go all in, asks Marty, with them, or hold a lot of different coins or tokens? Great question. Not a financial advisor. Couldn't give you financial advice on the channel. I can tell you, of course, what I do, and if you wanted to copy it, you could, but nobody says you had to do that. Not financial advice on the channel. I am not a financial advisor. What I do, Marty, if you are interested in knowing, it doesn't mean that I did it the right way. What I did was purchase about 46 projects. I went extremely heavy during the bear markets and also DCA'd for a while on my beloved 3Xs. And my H-bar, and Algo and Myota and V-Chain, excuse me, and some others. Did I make the right move doing that? Oh, I don't know. Oh, I think I did. Now, I ain't financial advice. You don't buy anything because of what I say or talk about on the channel, right? Because you got Sui, you got Zabak, you got all of the stuff that I didn't buy. I have a little Bitcoin and Ethereum. I mean, come on, I have a little Solana, but I'm not going to make out like a bandit on any of those, right? XRP, Bitcoin and Ethereum are only going to butt 2-3x-ish in the short term-ish coming up here. Anybody who knows about anything in crypto knows that's true. Can't deny that. I don't care how much of a maxi we are on Bitcoin or whatever. Let's please be honest about things. We're not going anywhere past a 2 or a 3x with Bitcoin in the very near future. And if we do, I will buy an edible hat and I literally will eat it on the air. So, no, because that's not going to happen. And what do I know, right? Not a financial advisor. But Ethereum and Bitcoin, but have a few X's in them. So Marnie's asking, do I buy just a few or do I buy a lot? And I can't advise you as an advisor. I can tell you what I do. About 40-something projects. I go heavy on the 3X's, XRP, XLM, XDC. Also HBAR, also VeChain. Right. Also, a few others that I'm going to go ahead and take the chance on, which are Harmony 1 and Zilliqa, which are killer layer 1 blockchains that are so freaking fast, it'll make your freaking head spin. But you haven't looked, so you don't know. Also, Digibyte and Basic Attention Coin, or maybe you have and I'm selling you short. You've also got BAT Token. You've also got running with Brave, right? Go check out Brave and what happens with BAT Token. You've also got Smooth Love Potion, SLP, which, the game Axie Infinity, that's very popular and is not going away. And we'll just gain more traction coming up in this bull run. By the way, sand and mana. I like sand. I like mana. I have quite a bit of those too. I'm not playing games. I like Smooth Love Potion because every time we breed a new character in the Axie Infinity game, although we can print and mint a whole ton of Smooth Love Potion out of nowhere, I get it. The tokenomics aren't great, but we got a nice all-time high on Smooth Love Potion, and we burn Smooth Love Potion tokens every time we create a new character in the Axie Infinity game. Okay, so in order to breed a new character, you have to burn Smooth Love Potion tokens. Check out SLP, not financial advice. Never buy anything because of what I say or do on the channel. Now, I need to get back to the comments. because I've just rifled off a whole bunch of, I think, useful information, heavy on the 3 X's, XRP, XLM, XDC, HBAR as well, that which is not a blockchain, of course. It's hashgraph technology, which is arguably better for certain applications. Just went up in Elon Musk's satellite, I think to have something to do with Starlink anyway. HBAR's technology just went up this past January in Elon's one of Elon's rockets. Yes, fact, positive. A lot of, I think it had something to do with quantum, by the way. You go ahead and research that one if you might. Nothing wrong with my grabbing some Fetch AI and some other AI things that I think are going to explode. Now, I do like the old ICP token, and I do like the quant as well. That's just me. So I suggest we go heavy on the ISO 20022 tokens, not we, me. That's what I do. XLM, XRP, XDC. You got your HBAR, IOTA, or MIOTA, Algo, you've got your Quant, a number of other, well, just actually only a couple of other ISOs. I think I'm missing one or two, right? I like Chainlink as well. I think I'm laying out all the winners for you. If you want to play games with Solana, I play games with that one. I like Sui. You want to mess around with a Pepe coin or a Trumpy coin or a Doge coin or a Shiba coin. I mean, you kind of have your tiers of memes. You've got more dangerous memes that are kind of like your most dangerous G-Jenny memes. That's kind of category 1, and I don't even know, whatever those are, right? I've got some Moodang and some other things, and I mess around with these things. I've got a lot of things I hold. I like to diversify, to answer your question, Marnie. I like to diversify, but at the same time, I like to hammer down on about 10 to 13 in a large way that I know are going back to all-time highs or close, and I loaded up on those because I would like to be a multi-millionaire this run and not round trip bags, but stay tethered to the crypto space and remain in the space through this next bear market that is to come after Q1, QT, perhaps Q3 of 2026. It doesn't take a genius. Nobody's being a moon boy. And all these ETFs are coming for XRP and everything at the end of this year. M2 money supply is going through the roof. We're going to print money like crazy. Got a pro-crypto White House. I'm sorry, but I'm not talking to my audience, but anybody who doesn't see that is an absolute idiot. You are not paying attention or your head is just in the sand. Crypto's about to go freaking crazy through Q1, Q2, and Q3 of 2026. And anybody who can't see that has their head in the frickin' sand or just isn't paying attention or listens to all the nonsense that's out there that says, oh, look at this, look this way. And then, somebody does as a robot, a wind-up toy robot that's still in the Matrix to a large degree. It's all levels and degrees, right? How busted out of the Matrix are you now? That's what I'm kind of asking. Are you awake? I think you guys are awake. I gave you the winners, and it's not financial advice on the channel, and that's my advice, okay? Diversify, I'll get to comments in a sec, diversify with about 40-ish or so awesome projects if you can afford it, and go heavy on 10, 12, 13. And when those go to all-time high or so, go ahead and cash out on something like a Caleb and Brown, and within a week or two, grab your 4 mil or so, stay tethered with the rest of your 97% or so in the crypto space, buy even more with your money that you just took your winnings on, right? Wrong, because it's not you. This is me. I'm not telling you what to do because I'm not a financial advisor. This is what I do. Let me rephrase all that. What I do, buy them all up, hammer down on 13 or so of the 46. That's what I do. Then I get them onto cold storage wallets and wait and then get a bunch onto Caleb and Brown, enough to make me a multimillionaire. Then what I do is I set my orders and set my sell orders and have them ready, going up to the mountain, to the top, which I can never call, but I got my orders set somewhere around there, and also on the way down the mountain as we start to go more into the crypto bear market again, which we will. Then I'm a multimillionaire and I pay my taxes and I'm doing my thing, but I've remained remain tethered to the crypto market with my other holdings to the tune of largely, which are still XRP, XLM, XDC, HBAR, VChain, Algo, Myota. I'm not going to do, well, I might dump all the VChain, but that would be kind of foolish, because it's going to probably $100 a coin to $500 a coin coming up in some years. And then I'll kick myself because I could have had like 100 mil on that one. You know what I mean? These are the monies we talk about when we talk about crypto. This is what we're doing in this space, not financial advice. So that's what I do. I don't know what you do, but then with that 97% that's still tethered to the crypto market, I then start cashing out when HBAR, XLM, XDC, and XRP go to about $200-300 per coin, $500 per coin. Maybe some of them go to $1,000. Now I grab about 50, 60, 70 mil, 80, 100 mil on each one of those and keep moving forward. That's how we play crypto. I don't know what you do. I don't know what you guys have money for. Anyway, boy, I'm really yapping in the comments. Let's get somebody else in here. We got 5 people. We got 5 people in today's channel. Apparently, the algorithm did not send us out. So we've got our classics in here because I know I'm captivating and exciting as hell, and I'm not being a wise guy or egotistical. But we've got a great stream going this morning, and we've gotten out to nobody. There are literally 5 viewers on. Hilarious. Let's get back to comments. Maybe the algorithm will respond to my saying, "Hey, stop being a knucklehead and push this out to our audience." Algorithm. He's talking to the algorithm? Yes, he is. All right, now back to comments. They're working on with Dell Big Tree, the Maha. Okay, don't know that. Marnie, talk to me about it. This is the link for the project. Okay, so there's a link to okay, I'll check it. I shall check it. I will check it. No license head. Don't forget. Okay, invite me to the party and go to the moon. I certainly will. Paul just released a new video with an interview with HBAR and OpenAI. Okay, cool. I need to check that. Thanks for the heads up, dude. Thanks, Alexander, and thanks, Blackstar, for the heads up on both of these things. Node license and passive income. I don't do it, but I will check it out because I need to know. I don't know about this, and I need to know. Node licenses. Okay, cool. Thank you. And also a new HBAR vid. Guys, don't drop your birthdays in the comment, please, as far as your year. But would you please drop the day and month of your birthday? Because I'm recognizing them when they come up on the channel because I think that's cool. New HBAR video. I will check it out. Okay, and yes, you guys are all invited to my party as long as you're not weirdos, which I believe you're not, once all this stuff goes to the moon. Because, yeah, we, of course, are going to have a lot of fun with crypto once this stuff cranks. But right now, we're looking at a 3.72 cryptocurrency market cap with a fear and greed index at 52 and Bitcoin coming in at 113,894. And Ethereum coming in at 3,589 per coin. XRP dipping down below $3 to 294. Oh, my beloved XRP. Yes. Dipping just a hair. Let's bump back to the 7-day. Okay, let's bump back to the 1 month, $3.60 not too long ago. $3.16 mid-July. We are in about a weekish or so, week and a half-ish, coming up on the month spot from this mark, which is really nothing on the broader scheme of things, right? Right. Because we know what we're doing, right? Right. Because this is a longer, when in doubt, zoom out. This is the longer, look at my screen now. Here's the longer 12-month popping out, coming back in to where we are now, or where we were just about a month ago, where we are now. So, doesn't take a genius to see that coming up rather shortly, we're about to bust past this in a large way. And I say we're going to bust past these marks, this channel, in a larger way right here. If we draw a trend line here, we're about to shoot up here now, ciao. That's what I say is happening, coming up, but what do I know? I'm just a contractor dude who learned about crypto. Guys, don't forget about Caleb Brown. You're crazy not to. What are you going to do? You're going to get all caught up on the exchanges and get stuck this time around and not be able to cash out when they're all locked up? And Tanker's going to be cashing out millions of dollars into his bank and having the yacht party. And you guys are going to be like, Tanker, I remember you talking about it on Caleb, right? You're talking about Caleb Brown that time on the channel. I just never really checked it. Don't do that. Not financial advice. Make sure you check your old Caleb Brown. We got a nice video, nice live interview coming with Jim Bazzani from Caleb and Brown. That is Monday, August 18th, here live on the channel, 5:30 Mountain Time. It is the guy coming up right here, that dude right there. That's Jim Bazzani. He's awesome. He's going to be kind enough, and that was the founder, not the founder. That's the CEO. That is Jim there. All right. So anyway, let's get over to Fiat Leak and see what is happening over here, skis. Because there's so much XRP that was moving that it literally just, you saw the quick shot of that. That was all the XRP moving. It made like these huge X's and it froze the screen up when I tried to come back to it now because I had it preloaded for our episode this morning here, from like an hour and a half ago or so. I get up at like 4 a.m. to get ready for these. But yeah, I started it early and it did a glitchy on me when I went back to it because there was so much dang XRP cranking that it was unfathomable. It froze up with a crazy nasty X. It's doing it to all of them. It's not just XRP. Well, not quite, because there's VeChain. Now, VeChain moves some coinage now, don't they, across this planet? But people kind of didn't want to really comment in on VeChain, and I don't really hear a lot on VeChain. And why not? And why don't you know about VeChain? And why haven't you grabbed VeChain? It's not financial advice. It's a question. Why have you not touched VeChain? I'm very curious. Why have you not touched the old VeChain? When we go back to VeChain for all this period of time when we all knew about VeChain back in 2019, 2020, and you know I did, and you know I bought a lot of VeChain there. That's just what I do. That's not financial advice. Because when I jumped on here and I purchased a lot of VeChains and I got in at about 5 cents or so, in a heavy way. And I don't remember in total how much VeChain that I got at 5 cents. But let me tell you, it was quite a bit. I don't remember what it was, but I got quite a bit of VeChain, as you can start to see some numbers here. I didn't play any games because I don't play games. Because I'm smart and I've got big kahunas. And if the algorithm will allow me to say that, if you have big kahunas and you are smart, because being smart is nothing without having big kahunas and actually pulling the trigger, right? Right. Look at Zilliqa moving its money, its coinage, its Zilliqa. Look at its blockchain movement. In the US, which is fine. But look at what's moving. 363,000 traded in the past minute of Zilliqa. Zilliqa's not anything. It's a dead chain. Really? Then why is it moving so much across all these exchanges? Across Huobi, Digifinex, all these exchanges. Why? Why would that be? Bullcrap, I call bullcrap. Zilliqa, we loaded up heavy on the old Zilliqa way back. And why didn't you is what I'm asking. How come you didn't know about sharding? No, I didn't say sharding like you just had an accident in your pants. I'm talking about sharding. Oh, boy. How come we all didn't know? Because Tanker loaded up at about 5 to 6 to 7 cents on the old Zilliqa in a monstrous way. And then I loaded up at 1 cent here because I just kept going because it just couldn't stop, because it can't stop when it won't stop. And I was just addicted to the crypto. And now if we look at Zilliqa, she is down nice and low. Baby boo. I couldn't think of anything to rhyme, so I thought that would be funny to say that. Now, can we bust out of this channel? Because I'm a little idiot. Now, can I bust out of this channel here? Can we? 13 cent. I mean, 2 cent with Zilliqa. Oh, I believe we can. And I believe when we do, we're going back to an all-time high-ish of Zilliqa for somewhere around, I think you can still see this here, for somewhere around 25 cents. I say we'll do probably a 2 or a 3x on Zilliqa, going to about 75 cents. So with, if somebody, for instance, is holding, let's say about 580,000 coins of Zilliqa, and it goes to 75 cents-ish or so, well, that individual is looking at almost $500,000 on Zilly. Zilly Willy. Let's get to some interesting. Well, first, let's grab comments if there are any. Nelson, we certainly can do this thing, and welcome in, my brother. And we've got our classics in here. You got Black Star. Wait, this season is utility, layer 1s, and DeFi protocols. I missed that. Sorry, Black Star. Black Star Card House chiming in. I agree 100%. And Nelson, welcome in, my brother. And welcome, Alexander Black Star. Marnie, welcome in, my dear. And we've got others in here, but let's quickly get to, if you don't mind, let's quickly get to what we have in store, and I've been waiting for. Let's get to it.
Absolutely. So, Brad Garlinghouse, CEO of Ripple, you had an announcement today. Do you want to remind us what it is?
Yes, we are very excited. We've seen a lot of continued investment in the XRP ecosystem, but we, Ripple, wanted to go beyond that even. And we're working with 17 universities around the world where we're funding $50 million.
Sorry about that. I'm a little clunky still because I'm young on the channel. But by the way, shout out to FinTech Insider on tour. This is back in 2018. He is interviewing Brad Garlinghouse early. You've got the old days here. This is still X Current and X Rapid. Okay, so let's get back to it. Sorry about my clunkiness here.
Contributing that to those universities to further the investment in blockchain, in crypto. This really is the workforce of the future. And I think there's so many different ways these technologies can be used to catalyze industries, to change the way global commerce is flowing. And I think using these technologies for that workforce of the future could really change the future.
And this is about addressing some of the perceived centralization as well a little bit. Like you would see them running validators and things like that?
Certainly some of the universities we're working with are going to be running validators. It was important to us that this was really a philanthropic effort, and it wasn't just a, hey, we're going to do X, Y, and Z, and we want you to do these things. It was really stepping back, and it's one of the reasons why we didn't even require the research and some of there's a Ripple fellowship launching at the University of Pennsylvania. It's not even required that it's just focused on XRP. Look, we want to understand blockchain technologies broadly. We want to further the research and further.
If you're going to be a CEO, you have to say things like, and preface with words like, look, now listen. You have to. Now listen, now look. No, when you want to speak like a CEO, you're going to say, now look, now listen. You'll hear Brad do it all the time. It's hilarious.
Usage of those broadly.
So you guys, two core products, X Rapid and X Current. So X Current being the one that people probably know, it's the cross-border fiat.
Now, of course, we're rocking XRP. This is back in 2018. Look at the difference between then to now.
And X Rapid is based on XRP, the digital asset, the natively digital asset. So we separated those two on stage. I think we got through them. We talked about the business case for liquidity management and so on. But you guys sold, was it $170 million of XRP, and you've kind of publicly disclosed all of that stuff in Q1, and that's now building the war chest. Do you see a time in which that flips into being revenue from, kind of providing X Rapid and X Current more so than selling XRP?
We definitely continue to see both sides of the business grow quickly.
Mm-hmm.
As we talked about on stage, we've signed up now more than 100 customers on X Current. We're seeing more customers sign up on X Rapid. We've publicly disclosed, I think, 6 or 7 of those. Ultimately, when we think about success, it's how do we drive success of the XRP ecosystem broadly?
Yeah.
We are one of many participants in that ecosystem. We are the most interested participant. We own, as we talked about, 60% of all the XRP. One of the reasons why we're so proactive and transparent about what we do with XRP is because we want to be a steward of the industry. We want to make sure there's total transparency. And so we do, as you referenced, send out a quarterly report and put it out there to share exactly what we see happening in the ecosystem, what we've sold, what others are doing, what we see happening, because we want everyone to participate and benefit from that ecosystem.
And so when you say everyone to participate and benefit, like pretty much anyone can buy the XRP if they were to go to a cryptocurrency exchange. So who do you think is buying the XRP?
Sorry, guys.
Well, I think I can't know who's buying XRP on Bitstamp or Kraken because it's their customers. We certainly see more institutional interest. We Ripple, we sell a little bit of XRP ourselves directly. Those are with institutional investors, institutional players. But one of the things I think is exciting to see change a little bit in the crypto industry broadly, and we talked about this on stage, is I feel like 2 years ago, the use case for crypto was kind of all about Silk Road or Alphabay. And now you're seeing, more and more people talk about, well, now crypto is all about the speculator. And I think that's true, but I think it's also an evolution.
So is crypto for the speculator, or is it really latterly actually for somebody else? Is it for the institutions, do you think, longer term? Or would you prefer to see it go there, maybe?
Many industries are, let's choose a commodity like gold, let's choose a commodity like oil. Speculators are part of those ecosystems, and they're an important part because they're providing liquidity to those ecosystems. So many industries have speculators who participate. Ripple is focused on how do we enable a institutional use case. Yeah. We aren't trying to, I actually was quoted publicly as saying I cringe when people talk about promoting a digital asset. Mm-hmm. Ripple never tries to promote XRP as a digital asset. We try to demonstrate its usefulness in product flows and solve.
I've had so many people say to me, Ripple is a nowhere, XRP is a nowhere project. They don't promote it, There's no promotion of XRP. It's a nowhere project. Not supposed to be promoting XRP like that. It's Ripple they want to promote. That's why you're seeing Ripple all over Grand Central State, whatever, all these places in London and their railway hub there. I forgot what it's called. Yeah, that's why you're seeing it positioned as such, and you're not seeing XRP advertised all over.
No problem.
But you're an organization, I think, where a lot of the founders have a lot of XRP. There's a lot of potential for conflict and that sort of thing. Your clients are the banks. How do you get them comfortable with the idea that you hold a lot of XRP and that XRP's price isn't going to be volatile, that there's not going to be any compliance challenges coming down the road? How do you get them there?
Well, the first thought is, in terms of the potential conflicts you described, that assumes that we actually could control the price of XRP, which I would say we can't.
If you were to dump a lot of it on a market.
Nope.
Yeah, we actually now, as I think you probably know, we have it tied up in escrow, and so we really can't even do that. But it's important, I think, for any healthy market.
And we see the controlled dump at the beginning of every month. So.
Not have a player controlling the market. And I made a comment, not on stage, but separately. Ripple, the company, had our best quarter ever in Q1. We signed up more than a bank a week to production contracts.
All right, I got to stop it. So if they signed over a bank a week, back then, they signed over a bank a week. I am very curious to know if way back then, guys, they were signing a bank a week with XCurrent and XRapid before XRP back in 2018. They were signing a bank a week with the regulatory tailwinds and the pro-crypto White House and regulation and stablecoins and the NRLUSD now and the approval by NYF DFS and the hardest regulator to get through. I mean, come on, guys. This is game on like Donkey Kong. So don't tell me that Ripple is not signing to the tune of that right now. It's not 300 plus institutions. That piece is being kept hidden because Google it and AI it and tried to find it. XRP's banks. Just ask, is XRP signed with any banking institutions? Yes, XRP is Ripple. Ask, is that Ripple signed with any institutions? And it'll say, yes, Ripple is signed with over 300 plus banking institutions. A number that's been sticking around for months and months and months. 300 plus. Interesting. Because does that mean it's 350 or is it freaking 5,000? Because they've not stopped. So why is the answer keep coming up as 300 plus? Riddle me that one, and nobody wants to talk about it either in the comments because I don't think anybody's tried it. But give her a shot in the comments, man, because you're going to see that even AI and Google's being controlled to hold this animal down. XRP is a beach ball being held underwater. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Ain't no question about that, guys. Carrying on.
Contract means that they intend to switch on Xcurrent or Xrapid.
Real flows, well, Xcurrent or Xrapid, yes, but real flows, real money, not experiments.
And what's the balance there? Is it mostly Xcurrent still? Is that?
It's still mostly Xcurrent for sure, and I think you're starting to see. I mean, we just launched Xrapid in the market, Q3, Q4 last year. So the point I wanted to make though is, in a quarter where we had a record quarter and signed up more than a bank a week, the price of XRP went down 70%. So I think that the idea that these are, look, if the whole ecosystem is successful, you and I have talked about this informally before, but I think that the problem you see in the ICO market is so many of these tokens don't have usefulness. The long-term value of any digital asset will be derived by the usefulness of that digital asset, by the utility it delivers.
Boy, was he ever right.
Between when it's initially available and when it becomes useful, there's this period of time. Do you feel that speculators have been burned, and do you feel like there are sensible steps that the market as a whole should be taking to kind of?
I mean, have speculators been burned? I mean, massively. I mean, there have been outright frauds, right? We've all read about these things, and I also made the comment. Experiments in blockchain or white papers are not a business model, and for those that are focused on investing in those spaces, I would offer a lot of caution. I think Ripple has been successful in part because we've been very focused on let's solve one set of problems for one set of customers, and we've gone very deep there, and our momentum there has, I think, served us well.
It is. Brad, thank you so much for being on FinTech Insider and Blockchain Insider with us. I'm sure we'll bump into you soon. And where can people find out more about you?
Ripple.com.
Thank you
for
being
with us.
Check us out.
Thank you. Good to see you.
We are. We certainly are. I hear y'all asking, are we still on? Are you on? I'm still on. Guys, I think it's about game time. I think the flip the switch narrative at this point is a given. I think it's a question of when. I think that everybody is wondering, when is this thing going to finally pop? And when can I finally pull some winnings out of the crypto market? And perhaps, purchase some more and things like that. It's never financial advice on the channel. I think all of you are wondering, when is this thing going to pop? And guys, I am telling you that my best guess, if you think I might have some type of clue, my best guess, and I've given my reasons episode after episode on the lives, and also on our longer form videos and on our shorts. And they are, I'll repeat them again. It's obvious to newcomers, for folks who are just coming in. It's obvious. Crypto adoption, not only in the United States, but also abroad. India, China, all over, all these countries. Pro-crypto White House, monstrous piece in all of this. Pro-crypto legislation being passed recently with the Genius Act last month. The Clarity Act, which delineates the lines, of course, between the CFTC, Commodities Future Trading Commission, and also the SEC, Securities and Exchange Commission, and who governs over digital assets. That's kind of delineating that line. That is almost finished up, the clarity on that. M2 money supply. You know, we've run through M0, M1, M2, M3 money. M2 money encompasses M1 and M0 money, which come before it, which is all the regular dollars. No, not going to the club. Don't do that. Just think it's fun to have a stack of money. It's all the liquid money. It's all the this cash. It's all savings accounts. It's travelers' checks. It's money, large money market funds. I do believe under 100 mil. It is Federal Reserve deposits. This is the M2 money. Big money. This is the money. Okay, so money printer turn on, M2 money. When M2 money increases, which is the liquid money of the world, guys, in case you didn't know, risk on assets go through the frickin' roof. They shoot. And all of a sudden, institutional players, especially with regulation in place, particularly concerning crypto, in our case, they sit there and go, oh my gosh, are you serious, Tommy? Yeah, I'm telling you, Jim, this thing's on. Nah, I don't think so, Tommy. Jim, I'm telling you, it's on. This thing with crypto. Tommy, go make yourself another coffee. I'll see you in the back. Jim, I'm telling you, I'm not bullcrapping you. They just passed this regulation with crypto. We can play ball now. We're not affecting the fiduciary responsibility with our people, with our holders. We can do this thing. With our investors, we can do this thing. We're ready. Come on. I'm serious. Didn't you see Trump has crypto too and everything? Okay, so you tell me you want me to tell our RIAs, our people, our registered investment advisors, to go out and tell everybody at their kitchen table now, to tell mom and dad and Aunt Sally and everybody at their kitchen table to now go get not just 2% into crypto, 3%, but to jump in now, 20% into crypto or 10, 20%? Really? Yeah, really. It's game on. You mean we as the institution, Jim, can go ahead and purchase 500 mil of crypto today, right now, of XRP and drop it into our whole? Yes, we can. It's legal now. Didn't you see the XRP ETF cranking that, I don't know, that BlackRock has out? Fidelity, State Street, all of them. Vanguard, Grayscale, blah, 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 blah. Hey guys, we're all paying attention to something. I can't tell anybody what to pay attention to, and I wouldn't do that. We are all paying attention to something. I am paying attention to crypto, and I think you guys are paying attention to crypto too. My suggestion always is to use cold storage wallets. I think that was a large enough case to say why crypto is going to explode with ETF inflows into Q1 and Q2 of 2026. If y'all can't, people who can't see that, I mean, I think that there's so many believers in crypto now, at least kind of like in the YouTube space, being flooded, that there's enough of a base of believers so that when the newcomers do type into to YouTube or whatever, and they go to hop on a channel like ours or someone else's channel in the crypto space, and I love them all, by the way, and we all know who they are. And by the way, so you know, the YouTube algorithm gives me when I go to my special analytics page for YouTube, because we have the channel, and it shows me who all of you watch as well. So it's pretty cool. So, and they're all the people that I watch as well, and I would think that they would be. So shout out to all of them. You know, I can't hit them all, but Alex Cobb, Crypto Hulk, David over there, Versan Vendel, all of them. Digital Asset Investor, Digital Perspectives, 24 hours crypto, Crypto Superior X Trading's awesome. That dude's really good. There are a number of such, you got Nick, you got Levi, there's tons of people. They're all good. You guys are great. Did I mention Crypto Hulk for F's sake? Kidding. All fun people. So I feel like there's enough of a base coming into the crypto space now where, like, if you're a newcomer and you come in to learn about crypto, there's enough of us on these channels, enough of a base that are pumped about crypto, but I believe realistic and not moonbugs. Don't forget XRP bags. Awesome. awesome channel, trailblazing the way for these channels. But yeah, there's enough of us in here, I think, right? I think there's enough of us in here that are doing our thing and giving this positive first taste of crypto to those who are coming in and want to learn the real deal about crypto and not get it from, nothing wrong, but not get it from something like a, I don't know, a 60 Minutes or a CNN or something. I mean, you want to learn about crypto. I mean, really, is that where we're going to go to learn about crypto? Yikes. Okay. Anyway, there is enough proof that the tailwinds are here with crypto, that there is enough positive momentum across this planet with other countries, with payment remittance corridors such as the MENA region, such as the Pacific region, Asia Pacific region, to name just a couple that are, don't forget about Brazil. And boy, these areas are rocking the house as far as ODL movement, as far as XRP movement. I mean, and ODL permissioned features for the banks have not been turned on yet. And we know this is true. And it's a key point. And this is part of the beach ball being held underwater with XRP and why it is going to explode coming up in the near future. Once our permissioned features are turned on, the XRP ledger, which they have not been turned on yet. And so this is the biggest thing that we're dealing with. And I'm going to say again, shout out to Andre Gic for posing an awesome question that David Schwartz actually, I don't know if you responded directly to him, but he did respond. And it's a great question. Turkey Base, welcome in. Turkey Base 911, we got Nelson in here, we got Black Star, Alexander's in here, Marnie is in here, welcome in. I don't see our buddy Luke in here, I don't see Crypto 6 Foot, and I don't see a couple of other folks, but that's okay. We're going to check you in here next time. And guys, I hope you enjoyed our cast this morning. I am going to be tuning out now. But before I do, I will tip my Ripple cap to you all for being, I tip it down so low that I can't even see. Like a 3-year-old. It's hilarious. Hey guys, whatever you do, don't go on YouTube and put your baseball cap on backwards, start talking crypto, because the 50-year-olds can't stand it. They've already told me. Hey, here's the deal. Now look, all right, here's my foray into the C-level management level world, CEO world. Now look, now listen. I'm going to preface my sentences like that. Crypto's about to explode. It's obvious to see. I mean, not saying you don't see it, but it's obvious to see. So where are you is my question. Where are you in particular? Now I am talking directly to my peeps. I'm talking to Turkey Base. I'm talking to Alexander, talking to Nelson and all my people. All my people, I am asking you very kindly now. I'm very intent and very intense and very focused and very much like a pit bull, and I must apologize. And I'm like the bull. I'm the tank. I'm Frank the Crypto Tank. Here's the deal. We want to be kind and gentle, and I try to do that. And I'm going to close out always on a kind and gentle note after my ranting about crypto. I'm talking to my people now and others who are in here. First of all, I'm not a financial advisor, and this is never financial advice, right? Excuse me. Can we please remember that nothing stays the same as it was yesterday, and this crypto space is ever evolving, advancing, developing, continuing to stake a claim in the world more and more and more. Congratulations to those of you who got in early to cryptocurrency and purchased some. Congratulations to you. I really mean that. Cheers. Hats off to you. Do you understand what is now to come based on this meager price movement, in my opinion, we've seen? Compared to what's to come, it's meager. In my opinion, we are about to see a Cambrian explosion, the likes of which has not been seen ever, because crypto is a new animal in this world. Larger than the internet explosion, larger than the dot-com stock explosion, larger than the cell phone explosion, to which they said the powers that be on media-owned news stations said, Don't look at that stuff. That's fit. That internet stuff. Come on. What? The cell phone stuff? What do you think? You're Captain Kirk? You're going to have some kind of a phone that's so small you put in your pocket and you could talk to somebody from the Gobi Desert to Manhattan and do a live video call like that and talk to the Starship Enterprise? What are you, crazy? You think going to use that? Talk to somebody from outer space? Like from an International Space Station and actually talk live and actually do it? The answer is yes. See how they make it look so out of reach and so on, and you're an idiot and a jackass if you believe in this stuff, and if you tried to go look into cryptocurrency, that stuff's nonsense. Well, guess what? Like they did it with the internet, and I hope I'm making my point poignantly. A poignant point is always nice early in the morning, particularly when it concerns crypto money making. Never financial advice on the channel. Those who are in early on this stuff before Metcalfe's law kicks in, right? Network adoption laws kick in, right? To where you and I just don't have a cell phone and nothing's happening. But now, oh my gosh, I'm getting dings while I'm trying to do this, guys. It's so popular, the cell phone now, right? Right. But they make it look like it's nonsense and you're a whack job. What do you think? You're Captain Kirk with that cell phone? You're not going to have a cell phone in your pocket. That literally is my computer, and that opens up big and does everything for me. Crazy processing power. I'm out in the field with my other companies, and it's literally my laptop when I'm away from my laptops. Guys, what are we paying attention to? I don't know, but I'm going to bid you a fond farewell, and I hope you enjoy me on the channel tomorrow. And I hope you're having fun on Crypto Info, Blockchain Made Easy with your host, Frank the Crypto Tank. We've got Jim Bizzani coming on live Monday, August 18th. Take a breath, David Schwartz. At 5:30 Mountain Time, please join us in here. We tried to be as fun and as crazy as possible, but we don't want to be too much like that because then people will not take us seriously and think we're not credible and don't know what the hell we're talking about concerning crypto. But we do, and we know we do, and I think you know we do, and we love you and hope you have a great day, and give any frown coming your way a nice smile and confuse the crap out of it.